Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. The Boys showrunner just released the first teaser for Season 5, and Amazon has also been releasing a bunch of Boys teasers, so we'll break it all down. Jensen Ackles' Soldier Boy is back, and they're doing the spin-off TV show called Vought Rising with him in Stormfront, which sounds like it's going to be crazy. They've already released a bunch of details about what's happening during Season 5 with the characters, what Soldier Boy is doing during Season 5 as well too, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the episodes. The next big episodes we'll get will be Gen V Season 2, then we'll get The Boys Season 5, then we'll get that Soldier Boy TV show. This is that Soldier Boy clip they released, just teasing more of his character coming back. It sounds like Homelander in the background has been looking at the archives, reading all these classified documents about Soldier Boy that he didn't have access to before he gained control of the government. That was how he found that Soldier Boy was being kept in that cryo prison by Mallory in the CIA after Season 3. Homelander didn't know that he was there until he gained control of the government and got access to all those classified documents. Apparently, he's also been watching a lot of these Soldier Boy highlight reels of all these videos that they took of him over the years.
So I asked that crowd to tell me again, with his teeth missing.
So what's next for you, Soldier Boy?
I ship out tomorrow with the 101st. We're gonna take down Hitler's eagle's nest and end this war once and for all and bring our boys home. Hooah!
Love how over the top they get with the Soldier Boy stuff, because this is him sort of playing the character of Soldier Boy, like they're really playing it up for the cameras here. Because Vought's whole thing is that the original Vought scientist who was married to Stormfront created the Compound V during World War II, then came to the United States through Operation Paperclip and set up Vought American and tried to find a way to profit off of that. Like they were basically a pharmaceutical company that tried to turn themselves into a version of Disney that then later, we saw during the Boys seasons, try to turn themselves back into a pure pharmaceutical company because they decided that it was way easier to make money as a pharmaceutical company, which actually is probably correct in real life. But while Vought was trying to pretend to be a version of Disney, they were using all this popular culture, the war effort during World War II era, to basically try and sell all these products that they were making using Soldier Boy as their poster boy, making it seem like he was a very effective soldier, like a Captain America parody. But the whole joke of the character is they revealed in earlier seasons, or if you read the original comic book, it's a little more on the nose. He was actually terrible at using his powers, like he didn't know how to actually use his powers, so he was bad at being a superhero, and he was just a terrible person to begin with. People always make the Hydra Captain America jokes, but he's not even like Hydra Captain America, because that evil version of Captain America actually did have all the normal skills, abilities, and intellect of the original Captain America, the good Captain America. Whereas Soldier Boy is more like a total idiot who just happens to gain the powers of Captain America, but is still a total idiot. I'll explain what's going on with Jensen Ackles' Soldier Boy TV show in a second, but the other Season 5 teaser that the showrunner released is for Episode 1, because they're filming episodes, that's why he released this. Same reason Anthony Starr's been posting teasers of himself with his blonde Homelander hair saying that he's back, because he has brown hair in real life. They have to bleach his hair each time they film new seasons. As you can see in the new teaser, Episode 1 is titled 15 Inches of Sheer Dynamite, and as is the case with all the Boys episodes titles each season, they're either titles of specific issues of the comic book runs or lines of dialogue from characters in the comic book runs. This one is based on a line that's spoken in the Boys issue number 14 about love sausage. The 15 inches joke is a reference to his junk, because that's his whole power. They made a huge joke of it using Mother's Milk during Season 2 in their action scene at Sage Grove Wellness Center, where Stormfront and Vought were testing that new Compound V formulation to create a version that they could use safely on adults, which wound up turning into the temporary Compound V. Love Sausage came back during Season 3 at Herogasm, then lost his powers when Soldier Boy used his big bomb burst ability, then Vought gave him more Compound V apparently during Season 4, and that's why he came back during the finale, working for Homelander's new superhero administration inside the government. That was what Homelander's whole speech was about in the finale. It was just a general speech given to the American people, like, "We're coming for you," like very ominous. But really, it was a message specifically to Butcher and the Boys that he was declaring open season on them and anyone who helped them. But really, they're actually going after all the opposition in the superhero community, because even though Butcher and the Boys are his biggest threat that he's mostly worried about, the idea is that there's a big portion of America and a big portion of the superhero community that aren't totally on board with Homelander and all of his plans for basically taking over the planet. That was why he was talking about using web weavers' private prisons to round up the opposition and use them as glorified internment camps. So when Season 5 Episode 1 picks up, they're all still meant to be on the run, the ones who haven't already been captured. Based on what the showrunner said, Butcher the boys won't have any big rally or major wins for a little while. Like, the beginning of the season is them still all on the run from Homelander. I know there's a ton of questions about what Soldier Boy is going to be doing during Season 5. So Jensen Ackles' Soldier Boy is supposed to be working for Homelander, going after all the boys too, just hunting them all down. Makes sense. Soldier Boy, not that smart of a person, but if you tell him to go kill someone, it's pretty easy for him to do that. I already explained some of the circumstances of how he came back during the finale. Part of the idea is it was meant to be a twist on the way that they brought him to the show in the first place. Like, he was rescued by Butcher and the boys from his cryo prison in Russia and then went after Homelander, hunting him for the boys. Now he's doing the exact opposite. Rescued from his cryo prison by Homelander, and now he's hunting all the boys. The way the showrunner also explained this scene too, because remember, Homelander also helped try to kill Soldier Boy, so like, what's the deal here? The way they explained it is that Homelander is so desperate to have a family and currently feels like Ryan doesn't care about him anymore. Like, that was the whole twist during Season 4, is that he had Ryan, but then ultimately wound up driving him further away from him. So as Homelander sort of descends into his own madness, like when you see him speaking to all his different personalities inside his head, part of the idea is that when he gains control of the government and gets access to all these classified documents, he learns they've been keeping Soldier Boy in this cryo prison and then suddenly senses, oh, this is my father, like, my family is here, I'm gonna go bring my family back. So he immediately just stops caring about anything that happened, any drama between them during Season 3. So I think part of the vibe during Season 5 is that they both hate each other a little bit, but are just putting those feelings aside because of the bigger plan to take over the planet. Like, the whole ultimate goal here is God Emperor Homelander over the Earth, but technically it's actually Sage's plan. That was what the whole Phase 2 reference was at the end of the season, where she basically said, prepare for Phase 2. Homelander learned that she'd been playing him like a fiddle and had planned for every eventuality, so her plan never actually went off the rails. And as part of her plan, it sounded like she wanted to burn the United States to the ground. It meant to be references to the fall of Rome, like Rome had to fall first. So it sounds like she wants to incite this civil war that's going on in the United States, and that's just the precursor to them taking over the entire planet. They just started production, so we'll probably actually get some footage in the next couple of months. Whatever they wind up releasing, of course I will do videos about it. The whole thing with the Soldier Boy TV show they're doing is actually going to be a prequel show called Vought Rising with Stormfront set back, I believe, during the 50s. Part of the pitch of the series is it's set during a period when Stormfront was still going by the Liberty persona, trying to hide the fact that she was secretly Stormfront and had come over from Germany during World War II in Operation Paperclip. She was the wife of the founder of Vought America and the person who created Compound V in the first place, so naturally, because he controlled the company, they both conspired to hide her identity as Stormfront so that everybody thought that she was as American as apple pie, while she called herself Liberty. It's actually meant to be a parody of the Homelander character, because Homelander is like the most fascist character you could probably imagine, but he cloaks himself in the United States flag. He literally called that out during Season 1, the whole reason why he decided to use the American flag as his cape. So it's kind of the same vibe with Liberty back during the 50s. There were a couple flashbacks that we saw with her during Season 2, just showing her going around just killing random people, being super racist. All the stuff that you saw Stormfront doing in present day as well too, but in a more overt way. The way they explained the basic premise of the series is that Soldier Boy is paired up with the new quote-unquote Liberty character, even though it's Stormfront, like we know it's Stormfront, to investigate a bunch of mysterious murders, but I think the idea is that Stormfront is the person who's been going around killing all the different people and trying to hide it, and eventually Soldier Boy just learns that she was behind it. They'll also probably reference the two of them creating the hero-gasm.
Still a thing, eh?
It's my thing. I founded it in 52. Me and this other soup, Liberty. Man, was she a firecracker.
You remember during Season 3, when they were making a move on Homelander and they came to hero-gasm, he talked about meeting this Liberty girl who was a super freak and starting the hero-gasm with her. So the idea is that even in present day, he still doesn't know that Liberty was Stormfront. One of my early theories when they were starting to reveal the origin for Homelander on the show, it's a little bit different from the origin in the comics. But one of my funny early ideas was that they would reveal during Season 2 that Stormfront was secretly Homelander's mother without them knowing it. Just because wouldn't that be a very Homelander thing to do, like the most messed up thing you could possibly imagine? That whole joke with Soldier Boy saying that he used to get it on with her on the regular just sort of supported that theory until they explained Homelander had a slightly different origin story.
At the end of the day, we are tax-paying, gas-pumping American citizens just like you.
Even the actress who plays Stormfront joked about it, Aya Cash. It was great. Right now, I think the idea is they're going to do The Boys Season 5 with Soldier Boy, and then right after that, they'll film this Vought Rising TV show, and hopefully that'll wind up running 4 to 5 seasons. It sounds like they'll just keep doing it until Jensen Ackles doesn't feel like doing it anymore. So if you really like his Soldier Boy character, we're going to be getting way more of that the next several years. There's a bunch of big stuff coming up in the next couple weeks, though. We have Star Wars Skeleton Crew episodes starting next week. I'll be doing videos for that. We have the Doom Prophecy episodes. I'm in the middle of doing episode videos for that. There's What If Season 3 coming for the end of the year. We also have Invincible Season 3 episodes coming early next year. So be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of that stuff. I just did a video for that big Loki versus Hercules alternate ending and all the other deleted scenes that they released for that show. Click here for that. And click here for my brand new Deadpool 4 video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.